I'm just putting this online because I need y'all support. I didn't call Kim, texted nannies. I got on the phone with Tristan. He said, he asked Chloe, won't nobody give me the address to my daughter's birthday party right now? And that's going to imprint in her mind that I wasn't there for her.
This is a gentle disclaimer that this is not a marriage counseling channel. This is not a channel that gives people professional advice on how to go about saving their marriages. But we're simply having a conversation on why the trend married and divorce is getting really viral. And the biggest question is, why are marriages and divorce getting really toxic? Okay, why are divorced couples having a very tough time working and making sure that each other has access to these children who are innocent to their crazy split or normal split? So we're going to be taking two couples this time, and we're going to be talking about the four biggest personalities ever. We're going to be talking about Jada, Will Smith, why they're still together, because this couple literally has reason to be apart, but they're still in there hanging on. And we're going to be talking about Kim, and we're going to be talking about Kanye. So why did this guy split and why are these guys together? That is what we're going to be having a conversation. So in my wake, to answer this big puzzle on this trending topic, married and divorce, I decided to travel globally because, guys, marriage is really not a local thing. It is a universal thing. It is something that the world is battling with. And, guys, you will be blown away with the discoveries that I made. But before I share my discoveries, I want you to take a look and listen carefully to this.
The question is, can we love each other unconditionally? Or is our love contingent upon the other person acting exactly as we need them to? It's easy to love somebody when they do what you want them to do, exactly how you want them to do it. But how do you behave when they step outside of your picture?
I don't know if some ideas are coming into your head right now, but anyways, I'm going to be talking about married and divorced in this video. If you haven't been following this conversation, you probably want to check out my 3 older videos where I shared about women that have decided to walk away from their relationships and the ones that have been abused out of their relationships. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what I think is the problem and maybe the likely solution to how we could tackle this problem. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Julie Uche, and this is Personality Highlights with Julie Uche. In here, I talk about real-time stories, I talk about trending topics, I talk about reality shows, and guys, we're talking about married and divorce. This is the final conclusion, maybe, as I think I have decided to just create those videos to kind of not just talk about the trending topic, but to talk about something that I see as a problem and something I see as a solution to solving this problem. If conversations on things like this are the things that you like to be a part of, do not forget to hit on the red subscribe button to be a part of my community, and do not forget to turn on post notifications so that you can always get alerts of my video every time I share new content in this channel. Guys, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up so that more people might get answers to this burning question, married and divorce, why it's a big trend, and what we have to do to see how we could tackle this problem. Let's get into this conversation. So right here, I decided to do something, guys. The video you watched earlier was the video of Will Smith actually sharing something very powerful about knowing how to love people and how to understand what unconditional love means. And guys, literally, if you ask me, Will Smith is one of the biggest names in history. I mean, his book has been out. There's been so much rave about it. But guys, let me take you back in time. Okay, so some years ago, there was this very, very controversial conversation on Jada and Will's marriage, and it was all about Jada confessing to having an entanglement with August, who was who was the son's favorite friend. Not best friend now, because I don't know if they're still best friends after this revelation.
Started a friendship with August. You know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
That particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah. I really felt like we could be over. You
Yeah,
know?
no, we
And
were
over. And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
And I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
I mean, Jada actually confessed that she had a relationship. She was in a relationship, an emotional relationship. Like everything that had to do with relationship, she actually did with this young man. It was really hot topic. People actually had to label Jada a lot of names. And you know, guys, I am a real fan of Table Talk. You know, and I listened to this woke family. I call them the wokest family in history. You know, I heard about Will actually confronting Jada about this. And, you know, it was all emotional watching this. I mean, media had a lot of things to say. People had a lot of things to say. Fans had a lot of things to say. But this family, Will and Jada, actually stuck to each other even after this very humongous saga. I don't know how many black men can take this, but Will Smith, being the legend that he is, kind of understood what his wife was going through and was able to swallow his pride and stick in the relationship. So my big question is, if Will could actually stomach Jada's entanglement story, why was he able to stomach that conversation? Earlier I shared about Nigerian men in particular who have been starving their wives of the presence of their children. And I mean, I kind of thought this was a male thing, like the men trying to manipulate the women, you know. But guys, the story of Ye, Omarion West, and Kim Kardashian is one of those divorces. We thought like that their marriage is going to be the very best marriage, and it was quite like I don't know, but I found it very difficult to believe that actually Kim Kardashian would actually not allow, you know, Ye to see his daughter. Like, I felt like that was really brutal. I feel like this thing about trying to hide the children from either the male or the female, either the husband or the wife, I think it's very, very wrong for any couple to do that, you know, when they're going through that divorce journey. So actually Kanye West, you guys know that he has actually legally changed his name to Ye, and Ye actually took to his social media pages platform to share about how he got invited into his daughter's birthday. And you know, he actually said that it was thanks to Travis, that without Travis, I mean, he wouldn't have gotten access. And you guys, when I was hearing him say that, I was like, how is that even possible for a woke family, for woke Kim to just say, you know what, I don't want Kanye to come to his daughter's wedding? I think that is very wrong. I think it's very wrong. I might be repeating this, but I think it's very wrong for either the wife or the husband, ex-wife, ex-husband, to deny access to the children, no matter the situation. So basically, you guys probably don't know about the relationship of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, but that marriage looked like the very perfect marriage. It was like, oh my God. But you know, everything went south when Kim started complaining that Ye was sharing too much. And really, if you don't know, I think one of the things that broke the camel's back was when Kanye West, when he was trying to run for his presidential, whatever, he's having his normal, you know, rallies and conversations, he actually said, he exposed that he nearly killed Not, like their first daughter, that, you know, I think they were thinking about, you know, not having that baby at that time.
My mom saved my life. My dad wanted to abort me. I will kill my daughter. I will kill my daughter. Her not having this child. She had the pills in her hand. People know these pills where you take the pills, and if you take it, it's a wrap. The baby's gone.
And you know, Kim was really, really upset because she felt like this kind of news was a news that wasn't supposed to be in the internet, because Not would probably feel emotional about it or feel sad about it. Anyway, that story is really, really long and huge. It went on for months. I think this is one of the reasons why Kim Kardashian decided to divorce Ye. I feel like she decided to leave that marriage because she felt like Kanye was oversharing. Guys, you probably might now get to understand why I'm sharing about these two families. I'm sharing about Will Smith and I'm sharing about Jada. And the reason why I'm sharing about those two couples, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and Will Smith and Jada, is because these are the two most popular marriages we know. Now, one is over, one isn't over. Now, the question is, in the media, according to media, Will Smith and Jada are oversharing. So the media has tagged them that they are oversharing, and they are saying, oh my God, how do these kids respond to the parents oversharing? You know, the media has just tagged it oversharing. And me personally, I feel like, I mean, if we are all talking about being woke in this era, if we're all talking about social media, I don't know why people have a problem with people who decide to share about their problems, their challenges. I mean, even more if people decide to share more about their challenges than their wins. So for me, it's really ridiculous to hear Kim say that Kanye is oversharing, because I mean, looking at it, Kim got to the limelight, really got to the limelight after the sex tape video. But you know, on the other hand, I think I totally understand where Kim is coming from, because you know, having that kind of very, very crazy and annoying, controversial, you know, exposure, media exposure, kind of makes her run away from it. So maybe when she says Kanye is oversharing, I think she's Kanye is not the only person oversharing, or was not the only person that overshared in that relationship. Because after Kanye actually exposed, you know, he cried about it, he talked about it because he was really emotional. Kim actually exposed that Kanye was suffering from bipolar disorder. Guys, you don't know what bipolar is. You probably need to check Google out, but this is a personality disorder, and Kim actually announced that Kanye West has bipolar. I don't know if Kanye has ever exposed this, but the very first person I heard this from is Kim. And the question is, if Kim can expose that Kanye is bipolar, then isn't that oversharing? So basically, I think one of the biggest problems with the modern marriages today is some of the spouses, some of the partners feel like one person is oversharing and shouldn't be, one person is over pursuing their dream and shouldn't be. Because when I look at the first two marriages I talked about Kafi and Shafi, people have been having problems with these people sharing and leaving their marriages. And I'm like, I mean, they are free to share their problems. I mean, it's not just celebrating the wins. It's okay for people to say, you know what, I think like I want to go into a new journey, and you know what, I don't think you should be in this journey with me. And basically, I feel one of the reasons that probably might be limiting the access to marriages really growing is maybe these partners are not willing to enjoy or be a part of that oversharing journey. I don't know, but I somehow, in my minds, I feel one of the reasons why black marriages are crashing is because a lot of couples do not understand the concept of sharing, or do not accept the concept of oversharing in the social media era. Guys, why do you think marriages are beginning to crash? Why do you think, what do you think might be the answer to this burning question, married and divorce trend that is really going really haywire? I don't know, but for me, I think that oversharing is one of the biggest problems that modern marriages needs to adjust and understand. Because the more we can understand the concept of oversharing and being comfortable with it, or understanding our barriers before we get into this thing, then maybe we would have more safe marriages. Because I feel like most of these marriages got in earlier before this trend, when people are just sharing too much and people are pursuing their dream. I think that trend was not a trend that started early. I think it's a late trend that we're coming in today to meet, and a lot of marriages are not adjusting to this new trend. Guys, hit me up. Tell me what you think about married and divorce. If you haven't seen my first episode, my first video, my second video, my third video, you probably want to check them out to understand where I'm coming from. But guys, I think I've just done justice to this. I think I just answered one of the biggest questions, one of the biggest puzzles, and one of the biggest things that I think affects marriages, modern marriages in the, you know, in our society. I mean, I'm away from the random things we hear about people beating up their wives, starving their wives, abuse and all that. I'm just looking at modern marriages right now on a deeper level, you know, because the question is being woke the reason why, you know, people are divorcing? That's my very first question. So I needed to address this on a very woke level, and I decided to bring in the two wokest couples in history to talk about it. What do you guys think about what I've shared so far? I'd really love to hear your thoughts and your comments. Guys, I think this is it. Share your thoughts. What do you really think? Why do you think modern marriages are crashing really fast? Is oversharing one of the problems? Is the inability to understand the concept of oversharing the problem? Is the lack or the inability of these couples to understand their boundaries when it comes to oversharing the problem? Guys, this is the question that I'm leaving you with today. And of course, let us know what you think about this. This has been Personality Highlights, and I think this is the wrap for my married and divorce series that I've been sharing back. I took my time to do this video. I didn't just rant from nowhere. I kind of went in, did my research, and this is what I think is the big problem and the big puzzle. Guys, what do you think? I'm going to see you all in another video. For now, thank you so much for your watch time. I'm going to see you all in another entertaining and, of course, educative and also empowering episode in Personality Highlights with Julie. Ciao, ciao.
25 years and counting.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.